Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jocelyn and today I'm going to be talking about postpartum. My son is 5 months old today, so I'm 5 months postpartum. I just filmed his 5-month update just a little bit ago, so I'm in the same look, but I am in my guest room and I wish I would have filmed this sooner after he was born so things were more fresh in my mind, but I've been thinking about filming this video for a while, so I just figured why not. I definitely feel as though I could have shared more details and when things were fresh in my mind if I was maybe 2 months postpartum, but I still think that this will be helpful for some people. And the reason I felt it on my heart to make this video and share this is because, thank the Lord, I have one of my best friends has 2 kids that she recently had. So my whole pregnancy, my whole postpartum, like any question I had, I would text her and she would answer me immediately, and thank goodness I had her for help. But I know not everybody has like a best friend that just had kids or an older sister that they can go to and ask, so I thought that this might be a helpful video to just kind of put out there for people that want the information and don't have really anybody to go to. I know like my mom had 3 kids, but that was, you know, 25 years ago, and things have changed and you don't really always remember everything. You don't always remember things the same as when they happened more recent. So I have like a bunch of stuff in front of me that I'm gonna actually show you guys, things that I thought were super helpful, and then some things that I don't have that I'm just gonna kind of talk about, and hopefully this will help somebody. If you guys have any questions, or leave them in the comments, or you can message me on Instagram. So where to begin? Okay, so things that happen in the hospital, just have peace of mind that like the nurses literally take such good care of you. Like you don't really have to worry because they're all over it. There's people checking on you constantly. You'll have like a call button that if you need anything, they'll come in. I don't know if this is for everybody, but for me, like they had me on a regimen of like Tylenol and ibuprofen, and so, you know, that happens. So I guess I'm not really going to talk too much about in the hospital, other than I will say that they did recommend, like right after I had him, they said for the next couple days to take 3 baths a day, like while I was in the hospital. And I was like, are you crazy? Like that's so many baths. Why do I need to take that many baths? And I'm not gonna have time for that. But they said that that helps with the healing process, and they had some like nice bath salts and everything to put in there. And I actually did end up taking, I think, 2 baths a day while I was in the hospital, and that I feel like was super helpful. And I did continue doing that for probably like the first week I was home. Not 2, but I would at least take 1 bath a day just to help with the healing down there. And without getting too descriptive, if you don't know, a lot goes on down there and it takes a long time for it to heal, and you are very swollen in the beginning down there, and they will give you materials at the hospital to help with that. So like they provide, basically I wanted to wear all my own clothes when I was there, but they do provide like the mesh underwear, and they have ice packs, and they have pads all for while you're there. So you don't need to like really worry about any of that. And then when I got discharged, I did have some like superficial tearing, and so I got a cream or a gel to kind of like help with like burning or whatever, itching down there. And then also they gave me a pack of these tucks, but I went through it, and so I got another one, and this is just what was left over, but definitely get these. I don't exactly know what they do, but they help, and they feel cold, and they help with healing, and they feel really good. So definitely you need to have these ready for you for when you run out. If they don't give you any at the hospital, you'll have these, and then if you run out, you'll have backup. So that's a tip. I did pack my own underwear for at the hospital, but I actually liked the mesh underwear there. I felt like they were super comfortable. Some people think they're like really like saggy and like not like comfortable, but I thought they were really comfortable, so that's what I wore. And then actually I called ahead to my insurance and tried to ask the hospital if like you actually get billed for everything that you take or use, and I never really got a straight answer, and I kind of just ended up with the conclusion that you're going to be paying a lot of money anyway. So when I left there, they let me have like all the like backup that was in my room, so I did have like a spare couple like ice packs, the mesh underwear, like pads, just like a bunch of stuff. So I took all of it because I was like, I don't know, I'm not getting an answer from anyone, I'm taking all this stuff, and yeah, I used it all. So okay, my next tip is that have at home a bunch of different sizes of pads, because your bleeding will go on for a long time, but don't like let that scare you because it changes. But it like everybody's different, but it can last, I don't know, 6 weeks, sometimes longer, sometimes less. I feel like mine was around then because I remember we went to Florida and my son was 8 weeks old, and I was like totally done, and which was really good for the trip. But so definitely have different sizes. Like I have some left over, but like have like big, this isn't as big as I had bigger ones before, but like have some thicker ones, have some milder ones, have liners. This is like a big like liner, and just have all the sizes, and you can always return them, just keep the receipt, but definitely have different size pads because your bleeding changes. Like it will be heavy, and then it'll get lighter, then a little lighter, then a little lighter, then you'll think you might almost don't need one, but you still need a little something. And yes, so that's my tip. My next tip is actually something that nobody told me, nobody talked about, and I didn't think about it. And it kind of was, it was very like, I don't know the word. It was like a, not a gut punch, but like it was a, yeah, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but basically I wish I would have known this. So when you leave and you're home and you're still going through this healing process and you're bleeding, and you obviously have to wear like underwear and a pad and all this stuff, I didn't really think about like my wardrobe and my style. And for me, I went out and did a lot of things like right away with my newborn because I just know myself, and I felt like if I just stayed home, I didn't want to like create like a funk or a depression. I just know myself, and I know I've dealt with that in the past, and for me it was just better to get out and try to do things and go places and be around people. So anyways, I was leaving the house, and if you're at home, who cares? You can wear big baggy sweats and have underwear lines and all this stuff and leaky boobs, and nobody cares. Like nobody's gonna see you. But for me, I was like leaving the house, so I didn't really think about what am I gonna wear, because you don't want to wear jeans right away because A, you're probably not fitting into your like same jeans normal, and B, just like they're not as comfortable as leggings, just with like everything, you know, just the tightness, the texture, whatever. So leggings, and then you have underwear. Didn't want big underwear lines, so I didn't think about this. I had to go to Target with my husband and buy some sweaters that were open in the front because I was nursing, but long enough in the back to cover my butt. And so I bought a couple things like this. So it's like a longer sweater, so it covered my butt, and then it was still open in the front. So definitely think about that. If you plan to go out and do things, have things that are going to be friendly to both if you're breastfeeding, that, and also going to cover your butt, unless you don't care about what you wear and like having underwear lines, but I did. The next thing I want to talk about is nursing friendly like tops and bras, and to me this is like postpartum related, because in the beginning this was literally all I wore, because you're feeding so much in the beginning, like literally every 2 hours in between when they eat, so it could be like an hour and a half, whatever, it's a lot. And so I literally lived, anybody that knows me knows I was wearing these the whole like first basically, I don't know, 2 months. And sorry that they're clean, but they are used, so they don't look super fresh. But this is from Target, and the brand is, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's this like Auden, I think. But I had 3 of these, and thank goodness I did. I actually had 2, and I had my mother-in-law bring another one to the hospital because 2 was not enough, and 3 seemed like it was enough because I did laundry like every other day or every day when I was home on maternity leave. But they just snapped down in the front like this. But anyways, I thought this was comfortable because I didn't need to wear a bra. This was all I wore. I didn't wear a shirt. I would wear this, and then I would wear, if I like, something like this over it. And kind of boring, you know. I didn't really get to like, I remember when I was pregnant, I was like, I can't wait to dress back in like my style again when I'm not pregnant. But yeah, I had to make do. And so anyways, I really wish I would have known that, because I would have been more prepared and felt more comfortable in my own skin if I had planned ahead and not been like, what do I wear? What do I wear? And then, yeah. So another couple nursing things, and I have found the answer. No, but these are my favorite nursing bras. I have 2 different kinds, but I have 2 colors in each. So I have a black and a tan of one and a black and a tan of the other. And I hate like wearing normal bras, like underwire bras. I just like wearing sports bras or no bras. So for me, and this is literally all I've been wearing because I've been nursing for 5 months. So this is one, and this is like more of like a padded one. So I wear this more for like, I don't know, like dressing up or whatever. And it just clasps in the back like this. And this is from Target, and this is also that same brand, Auden, but it's called Nursing Lightly Lined Seamless Bra. So I have this in black and tan. Love this. Oh, I got a boob pad in there, but love these. And then also, I'm like embarrassed to show this one because it's got like so many pills and stuff on it from like wearing it with sweatshirts and stuff. But okay, don't judge me. But I have this in tan and black as well. And it's all pilly from one of my sweatshirts. But this is more of like a sports bra style that just goes like that. And I have the black one on right now. And this is also that same brand. And all of these, I think I got in size, so these ones I got in the medium, and then the tank tops I'm a large, and these I'm a large, but I don't like things like constricting me and tight. Most shirts I'm a medium. So anyways, next thing I want to talk about is nursing pads. This was a huge postpartum part for me because I like way overproduced in the beginning, and I was constantly I was constantly wet up here, like leaking boobs all the time. Changing pads, like ask my husband or my mom are like the only 2 people that know, but like they would be soaking wet. I was going through them all the time. And so if you deal with that as well, just be prepared. And I guess you don't want to be wasteful, so maybe see how you're gonna be and then go from there, but definitely have some on hand. So I'm going to talk about a few different kinds. So right away, and I started leaking when I was 6 months pregnant, nothing like after he was born, like when my milk came in, but just a little bit. So I had already had these reusable ones by this brand, and these are really good if, you know, I liked these up until the point where I tried or these are disposable, excuse me, not reusable. And then I have reusable ones. And so maybe I'll like these better. But since I was like literally going through so many, like I don't even know how often, but I was changing these all the time. I was talking to my cousin about it, and she's breastfed 3 kids for a long time. And so she actually got me these reusable ones from a shop on Etsy, and they're all, I thought I brought 2 in here, but oh yeah, like a bunch of different patterns, and the back is like this kind of plasticky, and these are washable, and these worked way better for me. They were way more comfortable, and I think I forget how many total I got, but I was just constantly rotating them out and putting them in the wash. Another friend of mine got me these called Bumbies, I think. And I think she got them off Amazon, but these are really, really nice too. They're different like quality. I don't know much about them, but just Google Bumbies if you're interested in learning more about these. And then they also came with a nighttime set, which are a little bigger and more durable. And yeah. And so, yeah, I really dealt with overproduction and engorgement, like, I forget how many weeks it finally took to like level out, but it was quite a while. And yeah, and then also I got these from Bye Bye Baby. These were like the first reusable ones I got. I forget the name of them, but they were some like organic blah blah blah. These are horrible. I would not recommend these. I just haven't thrown them away just because if I go through the same thing with the next one, you know, you can never have too many, but just be careful. I would not recommend these. These didn't hold anything and they were horrible. The next thing on the same overproduction topic and engorged breasts, I could not recommend this enough, and I did just like rinse it out so it's not extremely clean, but the Haka silicone breast pump, this thing was life-saving. I overproduced so much, so for the first, I don't even know, basically my whole maternity leave, I was using this on the opposite breast that he was eating, and I guess I didn't have to do it for the whole 12 weeks, but definitely in the beginning, like my mom was being like, stop doing that, it's gonna make you make more milk. But to be honest, for me, it was like not an option. And I did talk at my 6-week appointment, I talked to the doctor, and they did say you can do like compression exercises where, you know, you like compress the breast and it will tell your body to stop making as much. But looking back, I actually don't regret, like I would use this and he'd eat on one side and I would get a full 4, sometimes 5 ounces in this. And I don't really regret it because I built up a huge milk supply stash with just this. Like I have still to this day a huge stash of like, I don't know exactly, but probably 5 days worth of milk, like all day, because of only this. I never had pumped, you know, until I went to work, and that has allowed me to not be really stressed with the milk supply because I can like leave my baby overnight one day or be gone, or and there's extra milk, you know, available for who's ever watching him to put it in a bottle and give it to him. So definitely recommend that. And also I think I only used this for the first, I don't know, it wasn't very long, 8 weeks tops, but probably less. But definitely get yourself some nipple cream to help with sore and possibly cracking nipples in the beginning. I also did have, I forget if it was the Medela brand, the gel packs that apparently feel really good, but I ended up returning them because I never ended up having to use them. There was only one time I was really nervous about getting mastitis or having like really engorged breast duct, and it's really freaky when it happens because it's like your boob is like rock hard and you can see like the duct that's like too full or whatever. But I just took like a warm cloth and kind of tried to help work it out. So the last thing I want to show, I'm not going to show them actually, but get yourself some women's boxer briefs. Those were amazing. I still actually wear them to bed every night because I just got so used to being in those things. My mom, I lived with her right after my son was born, and my mom would make fun of me for wearing them because she thought they were like so ugly, but honestly they were so comfortable for using the pads, and I just liked them better than underwear because I could actually just kind of like walk around the house in them because they're like little shorts, and I thought they were really comfy. So I feel like that was all over the place, but I also feel like I provided some good, helpful tips and recommendations, and just know not to be scared. I think the biggest thing is to have a support system and have somebody or people you can lean on during that time, during those first few weeks of postpartum, whether it's like your spouse or your significant other or your mom or your best friend or whoever, because it is hard in the beginning. It's scary in a sense, even though I said don't be scared, but you know, it's so much change all at once, and your body just goes through a lot, and it's so worth it because you have your brand new baby and you're so amazed and grateful at what your body can do, but it's also a big change and you're exhausted. And I think for me that was one of the hardest parts, because your body goes through this, but I never got the rest that I needed to kind of heal and catch up. And so I just tried my best to do the things that I could control, like, okay, I have 20-30 minutes, I'd rather sit here and like zone out on my phone, but I'm gonna go take a bath because I know that that's like what my body needs, you know, or taking naps or whatever. But just try to give yourself grace and rest when you can. Ask for help. One thing I didn't touch on is how hungry I was, but that's a breastfeeding thing, but just like postpartum right away, the first few weeks I was eating in the middle of the night. Every single night I would have a snack at like some point in the middle of the night because I was so hungry. I was burning so many calories. Another thing is, as far as my postpartum weight loss or body, that wasn't really, I never focused on it. I never was like weighing myself. But if you're curious in a sense of like, you don't have to be obsessed with getting back to your whatever and like working out, your body will do its thing. I think, I want to say it was only like 4 weeks until I could fit back into my like high-waisted skinny jeans that I couldn't wear when I was like 8 weeks pregnant. And then I think I was like back to my regular weight after like 6 weeks. And then postpartum hair loss I didn't experience until literally a week and a half ago, and it hasn't been horrible, but I've just noticed a lot of my hair is, it's shedding, like in the shower, when I brush it, when I do it, all of the time. I always feel hairs like on the back, like my long hair like stuck on my shirt on the back of my sleeves. Okay, I'm finally wrapping this up. That was a pretty long video. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you guys have any more questions, and we'll see you in the next video.